You are what you eat. The best enjoyment of life is what you eat. The best enjoyment of life is healthy living. So, are you aware or do you know that some of the food we eat regularly can be a source of some chronic disease? In case you're not aware, one of the major things that people need to take caution is about knowing what you don't know before. An example is a common food that everybody tends to eat: bread. Bread everywhere. More companies coming out with bread and bread and bread. It's made of flour, of course. That shouldn't be a problem. Taking flour is carbohydrates. But we are living in a condition where human beings have succeeded in making the bread a different thing entirely. Now ask all the bakery in this world that make bread. There's a chemical called bromate. It's called potassium bromide. This chemical is very important in all bakeries, and it is added to the flour to make it softer, to make it well distributed, and to make it fluffy. But if that's the only reason, that's okay. But it's also made the bread to swell up further, and that's about market deception. That's also not a problem. But that same chemical can actually be a source of cancer. So imagine the number of us taking bread today and the volume we are taking every day and the rate of cancer occurrences in our society. And everybody's wondering what is the reason for cancer. Whereas we consume it regularly, bread as a general food, staple food, easy to get, easy to eat, has also been a contributor to carcinogen processes. So cancer as a case of a problem everybody's afraid of can also be contributed to by taking too much of bread. Beware, bread is good, but bread can be also dangerous. You may have all it takes in life. You have cars, you have houses, you have motor, you have everything, you have certificates and all it takes. But your health is very important, because the best enjoyment of life is a healthy living. Do you remember again that what we eat every day can be a source of our being more healthier, and can also be the source of getting to fall sick of a terrible disease in future, unknowingly to you? Again, let's look into frozen food, especially frozen chicken and frozen turkey. I'm not talking about frozen fish. In order to preserve this dairy food that is being produced in Hong Kong, in Singapore, in Thailand, wherever it's been produced in large quantity, has to be transferred from that point to somewhere Africa as end consumer. It must be preserved. So preservation of food items, especially flesh, requires a very powerful chemical that can make the frozen meat, dairy, turkey and co. not getting spoiled over a long period of time. So what chemical do you need? You need formalin, or called formaldehyde. This is a chemical we use in the same process to embalm dead body in the mortuary. So when it's injected into the body of a dead body and you keep it in the fridge, it will be there for as long as you want. So the chemical preserves the skin from being damaged by bacteria. So in order to transfer all these frozen chicken and frozen turkey from wherever it's coming from, it's not only freezing it ordinarily, you have to inject them with formaldehyde. This formaldehyde, if it's open in your presence, it irritates your eyes, it makes you sneeze, you feel uncomfortable. And this same chemical has been found to cause problems if human beings consume it regularly. Even though you're going to cook the meat, they're going to do this chicken and the turkey, but the chemical injected deposit in the bone to sustain the cold or the chill that you have subjected this chicken to in order to get to Lagos or get to anywhere. You consume it regularly, and what that does to your system, it begins to also cause some kind of erosion and some kind of destruction of your tissues. And when that happens, it gives a space for cancer cells to develop. And we advise, If you must take it regularly, do not take the bone, because frozen food, as good as the chicken are, can also be the source of cancer to you tomorrow. Beware. You don't know that even some of the drugs we take can be a source of problem. Okay? All in the name of you wanting to get well. You get to buy drugs, and one of the common things that we buy is blood tonic. Because most people believe that when they feel tired and weak, their blood is short, they want to take blood tonic so that they boost their blood level. We have warned you before now. Some of the blood tonic you take, especially the one that is syrup, do you know it contains alcohol? Do not let any scientist deceive you that without alcohol you cannot maintain the potency of a blood tonic. It's not true. Several blood tonics exist without alcohol inside. So taking alcohol with your blood tonic, what is the advantage in that? Because the content they put in the blood tonic, they want to preserve it, and they're using alcohol. So imagine you are trying to produce more blood cells, and then you are intoxicating the same blood cells, and indirectly you're consuming alcohol. It may be a minute quantity, but it is significant. So if you are the type that have allergy to alcohol, or you have a drug that cannot be taken with alcohol, or any other problem that is surrounding alcohol around your health, all in the name of taking care of yourself, what are you doing? You're also actually causing another injury. So if you want to take good of yourself, go for blood tonic that has no alcohol. Alcohol is not in any way add to health. Do not be deceived that take a red wine and alcohol, or maybe something that's hot to help the heart function. It is not true. Cardiologists in the world do not recommend that, and most of them do not take alcohol, and they have a healthy heart. Some end up becoming alcohol addicts or alcoholics in life, all because they think that alcohol will help their heart to function very well. No, it's a deception. So I want to warn you again that while you are attempting to get well, do not lead yourself into another problem. This is a warning to you. It's an exposure that can help you. Don't forget, the best enjoyment of life is healthy living.